Paradise worlds of the dark age of technology. That's what we are taking a look at today. So what was it like to actually live in that time on a world shaped by the greatest minds of mankind? What sort of worlds did they prefer? What could they do to shape those worlds? And what did mankind do when they were there, so cultivated and cultured? And of course we're going to look at weapons, what might have been used to defend these places on the ground and from the void. On the planet Styxia Prime, during the dark age of technology, the first human settlers had come to this world and reordered the planet to their liking. Mountains had been levelled, seas filled in, and rivers diverted to create a land of pastures and gentle uplands. At the heart of Downland were 4 artificial volcanoes, delved into the earth to bring forth nutrient-rich expulsions that were conveyed by land and water to the mega farms. The hills around these volcanoes had been seeded with vast growing trees to provide hard timber, and it was from this dense wood that many of Styxia Prime's buildings were constructed. How did they shape each world humanity cultivated during this time? The great machines of old Earth were wondrous engines of creation, whose power dwarfed that of any myth or legend. They shaped entire worlds, they drank the heart of stars and brought light into the dark places of the universe. So big scale terraforming sounds well within their capabilities. On the planet Serenis, it was another paradise world, knowing unparalleled peace and achievement. It was a fertile world where mankind's technical mastery and his eternal search for beauty and symmetry had combined to create an ideal landscape that brought technology, nature, and humanity together in one harmonious accord. Under the guidance of a benign global ruling body, civilization soared to new heights and achievements never before imagined. Warfare was relegated to sport. No longer did men march out against one another and unleash indiscriminate violence upon their world. Instead, district champions fought for honour and glory for their region in vast arenas with global audiences tuning in. Their violence harnessed and codified into the great planetary enlightenment. Ivory towers and ornate palaces reached into skies so blue they defied description. Generations of rulers, teachers and pioneers were commemorated in graceful marble statues, whose stoic eyes gazed serenely out over a bustling world, moving ever forward to a glowing and hopeful tomorrow. These leaders presided over centuries of peace and abundance, making unprecedented advancements in the mechanical and biological arts. And now onto those weapons. What was deployed to hold these places? The planet Zaith was defended by Dark Age tech, city-levelling macro cannons, virulent bioagents, and mighty land ships the size of hives. Stories tell of the city surviving the first bombs of the Big War, sheltered beneath a powerful shield dome, indicating that they might have had shield tech on that sort of scale during this age. I mentioned a moment ago macro cannons. There's a little more to tell for them. They are a type of auto weaponry. They are of an STC build or design and often used by starships, but they can also be used from the ground, and when used from there, they can hit void ships. That's some pretty impressive distance. So it's likely, with them being part of an STC, that many worlds during this period used them. Another weapon that really intrigues me is the combat augment array. It was posited by Imperial savants that this device was once used to transform entire planetary populations into killing machines at a single command, enabling simple colonists to become unstoppable super soldiers during the incessant wars fought long before the rise of the Imperium of Man. Though dangerous to use due to the array's invasive manipulation of neural pathways, adrenal glands and musculature. Now I love this idea. Your populace can be as benign and naive about danger as anything at one moment. Stick this on and they change. They become capable of fighting via the device, changing the shape of minds, muscles and adrenal glands, making the humans stockier, roidier, and more full of the fight. And with the neural pathways, that could be used to make an instant army of people who know what they are doing, with some casualty drop-off, of course, because this is 40k. If this nuance is possible, it would make each person under the machine's influence part of a larger army, each an expert suddenly in one area that fits in with the others to create a competent insta-army. Perhaps it can even be adjusted so the populace become capable of fighting in a way that will be effective against whatever Xenos threat they face. Another type of weapon used in M40 that fits this description of a chilled populace back in the Dark Age who might not be able to defend themselves are kill ships. These are automated drone vessels guided by the most advanced of war spirits, which are used in the most extreme of circumstances to enact exterminatus. They are equipped with the most valuable of cloaking devices, often unique examples of long-lost knowledge dating back to the Dark Age. The mission of a kill ship is to enter a system entirely undetected, to slip silently past whatever sentinels the invaders may have put into place at its edges, and to approach the target world unseen. Travelling on silent running, the kill ship enters orbit, delivers its lethal payload, and then slingshots back using the planet's own gravity. Even as the kill ship departs, the apocalypse is descending upon the doomed world, the final act of vengeance and denial enacted in its wake. So maybe those remote ships were a first line, and if Xenos get past them, those in charge start roiding up the bodies of the populace. And if the populace can't fight, then Dark Age tech has more tricks up its sleeve. Weapons unleashed on Cursor were stockpiles of ancient weapons. Waves of engineered plagues swept the surface of the planet, decimating the biospheres and scouring the planets clean. Dreaded atomics were detonated in every configuration known to the ancient weaponsmiths, from the refined airbursts that destroyed the technology of entire religions to the brutal efficiency of megaton fusion bombs capable of levelling entire city-states. An endless bag of tricks to defend these paradise worlds. That's what those shaped and manicured worlds were like. Those are the types of weapons planets might have deployed to defend them. And if you like this video on the Dark Age of Technology, why not try this one? And in a late edition, I'd also like to say that I started channel memberships. Only 2 tiers at the moment. The lowest and cheapest supports the channel and will get a name at the end of videos. And the higher tier gets you the same and early access to videos. I generally have a catalogue of around 12 in waiting, and I'm always adding more to stay ahead. And all videos will be released on the channel. I'd just like to make sure I point that out to people. I honestly don't have the time to do more videos than I do at the moment, so that's a formula that suits me. I've also been tinkering, and I add that to say probably not that soon when I do it, but I've been tinkering with the idea of a lore live stream. The Salmon of Terror does a great job with that, and he's honestly an inspiration for a lot of the stuff I like to do on the channel in terms of having that deep knowledge, and it would let me interact more with you, which would be cool. Still a way off getting that up and running at the moment, but stay tuned. And I just want to say, I hate promoting the channel memberships. It makes me feel awkward and British, but I'm trying to do better on it. And I appreciate any support you give me in any of the ways that you do, because this always seemingly small channel is a fun hobby for me, and it cheers me up, to be honest, when people watch the videos. And if they don't, and if things don't appeal to you, then that's honestly on me. Anyway, I'll end my ramble there. Thanks for listening.